Hi guys, and welcome to Tuesday Talk. Channel member Jenna Wellborn asked me to talk about tools this week, and I'm more than happy to. I don't have an abundance of tools because I'm more of a furniture refinisher than a builder, but I do like to putz around and build things. As a matter of fact, this afternoon I'm building a bench out of an old headboard that I've been wanting to for ages. It was my grandmother's headboard. So I'm going to head to Lowe's after this and get the boards that I need. But before that, I'm going to take a little tour and show you some of the things that I use on a regular basis. Don't mind the shop because I haven't been here for a few days, so. Okay, let's have a little look over here. I have a nail gun, and this is a Harbor Freight, and I got a special when I got it. I got the 20-volt battery. I guess you got a discount. I'm starting to think that most of the Harbor Freight tools are not as good quality. Probably most of you already know that, but this has not done me any wrong. I haven't charged the battery since I got it, and I've had it for many months, and all I'm doing is just using it as a nail gun. I'm sure if I used that battery for something else, it might go a little quicker, but I've had no problems with that. I had a jam one time, but my son actually helped me out and showed me how to unjam it, but for my needs, it works. Again, I have another Harbor Freight tool here, and this is a miter saw, which is not a sliding miter saw, but it works for me. The only thing I have to say is, like, when we first bought it, like, it didn't work right. It was catching, and we spent over an hour in the store, and they basically were, like, readjusting everything. And I'm surprised my husband wasn't losing his patience, because he was like right with them. And, you know, we were all like, at one point, he had a hand or a screwdriver on it. And it's like, that took well over an hour, and I really feel like they should have just exchanged it. But I have to say, ever since then, it's been absolutely fine, and it serves my needs. Yes, I have more Harbor Freight tools than I realized, but a heat gun, I mean, what can you do? Heat gun, it's either good or it's not. And I just use it for obviously drying paint or trying to get adhesives off. When we have any sort of classes, it's great for just, you know, getting the paint dry, or the this little trick when your nozzle's hot. I like to stand it up so that you don't worry about burning anything. Back here, amidst all the sawdust, I have a router. I found this, my dad had given it to me, or else my mom gave it to me after my dad passed away, one or the other. My son used it once. I still haven't used it. I need to learn to use it. And there's a bunch of bits there too for it that I bought, so I'm ready to go. Just need to make myself do it. Here is a little Dremel tool, and I have used it occasionally, but not that often. Corner mate corner clamps that my dear friend Twitch got me. My circular saw is at home, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later because I'm building that bench. But it normally fits in here. There's a little slot for it. And then this is my jigsaw. And then that's the charger for the 20-volt battery. And then my screw guns fit in here. So my screw gun is at home too. My other one croaked, and I need to get a replacement, because it's really nice whenever you have if you're doing a project and you need to drill and also screw, that way you don't have to keep changing the bits. And this is the first saw I recommend if you are just beginning and you want something with a little power. That'll give you the ability to go around curves and also straight lines, of course, as long as they're not great big straight ones. And then you might want to graduate then to the circular saw if you are making long cuts. Okay, so, just the regular run-of-the-mill little saws and all the little hand tools that you need, wrenches and screwdrivers and all that stuff. These things are great for painting. They're not really a tool, but they prop up your work. I paint a lot of cabinet doors, so they come in handy. Here we have some clamps. These are longer clamps, like for drawers. And then also channel locks, a rubber mallet. You always need one of those. And a couple hammers there, some jigsaw blades, and just in general little doodads like little eye hooks and stuff like that I need. A little surplus of wood here, which I'll be hitting up later for my bench. It was $12. Again, it's another Harbor Freight, but I've never even used it. But it's a multi-tool. I've been wanting one of these. Now it is corded. I didn't get a cordless one, but it was $12, so couldn't beat it. That extension cord reel is great because if you're working somewhere and you need an extension cord or extra outlets, it even gives you extra outlets, and it even has like phone charger on it too, so that would be great if you're on a work site to take along. And we talked about my chain before, how I bought that reel for $15 and I've used it so much. I had the miter saw. I had these, which just were cheap from Lowe's, and they're great for making miter cuts. Here I have various cutters. Some of them need attention, but different uses. And also different staplers in here. All my glues and stuff are up here. My tape is in here. And then this little, kind of like a Dremel tool as well. Some molds in there, lots of molds in here. So these are my tools as well. Little things. That is really come in handy a lot if you cut any sort of little pipe for projects or anything. It's also great for cutting off long of the machine screws on your your hardware on your furniture. Sometimes they're too long. And then I often keep like 2-part epoxies in here. This is an edge banding tool, so if you ever put veneer on something, this cuts off the excess. It's just kind of a blade in there, but it's real nice. Stud finder, nail sets, Craig jig, screws, which I have the Craig. I upgraded my Craig jig, and I still haven't used it successfully. A level. These are the little things that you use when you put cabinet door handles on if you're changing them. There's my first pocket hole jig, the Craig that I got. And then, like I said, I kind of upgraded and still haven't used it. This is called a paper tiger. Well, this is a different one, but this is a piranha. It's for removing wallpaper. You run this over the wall, and all those little blades make perforations in there, and then you spray it with vinegar water, and it comes off relatively easily. Let's see. These are towel nippers, and then of course my scrapers are in here. That's part of my vacuum cleaner. Tools in here, this is pretty much all full of fabric. Brushes are my tools too, and I kind of keep them here because I just use this little thing because I take it to the sink and wash, and then they can dry in there. It's my unused Craig jig back there, pocket hole, and I really should take it home and challenge myself to use it today on the bench, but I probably won't. Here are my pretty tools. Those are the planers, and I love those. I do use them, especially when I can't get drawers to close. The little speed square, and then of course the corner square, I guess you call it. Again, you call these are my tools, my paints, my stamps and inks and all that good stuff. This is purely ornamental, and yeah, it probably gets sawdust all over it, but I love the way it looks. So I should have filmed myself doing this. I didn't have my tripod here, so it would have been a little difficult. But I want to show you the anatomy of one of these things, because sometimes, trust me, I've used them before and had problems, and now I know a little better what to do. So when you get one, you want to get sort of a better quality one. There's cheaper ones, and then there's a little bit better ones. When they have this thing, what this is to do is when you're just putting your tube of caulking in, put it in there and squeeze the trigger. It'll snip the top off. Then this little thingamajig here, you put down in the hole and it pierces the seal. So you don't need any extra tools to use this. Now I'm going to do a little caulking, and then just want to show you when you're finished, if you've ever had the experience where you're done with it and it still keeps oozing out. I'll show you what to do with that in a minute. That's it, just hit that little button and it'll stop. Don't mind my attire. It was hot, I was working. So I want to show you how to change the bits on these. I used to always do it with my hands until I learned that if you want to remove one, you hit the reverse and you hold on to the collar around that and it'll pop right out. So then when you want to put one back in, you change the direction to the forward, and then you, same thing, you hold on to that collar. Sorry, it's out of the screenshot there, but you hold on to that collar and just squeeze it and it will tighten up around the bit. Just make sure it's good and tight before you start using it. A 2 for 1. The shop vac is essential and the circular saw. And if you're going to use a circular saw, then you definitely want sawhorses. A circular saw is easy to use. You just need to respect it a little bit and use that guide. Thanks so much for joining me today. There's a little sneak peek of the bench that I'm working on. Guess what? My drill died. What did they do back in the day when they had to use manual tools? I don't know. I don't think I could do it. It takes a lot of strength to use manual tools to screw things in hard enough so that they are going to last, and just saw something, especially those 4x4s. Oh. Yeah, so anyway, I'm glad that the miter saw worked for my 4x4s, and I am just needing to see. I hope the drill didn't really die. So anyway, there you have it. That's my look on tools. See you Saturday, and we'll be doing my whole porch makeover, and the bench will be done. Thanks so much for watching today. If you liked this video, how about giving it a thumbs up and share it with your friends? Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Visit us at lavintagedecor.company. On Instagram, we're LaVintage Decor, and on Facebook, we're LaVintage Decor Altoona. Stay well.